Okay, today we continued with our study of The Land of Red Apples by Zicala Shaw. So we worked through the rest of the note catcher, and yesterday we completed paragraphs 1, 2, and 3. Today we completed the note catcher, discussing how she chose to use sank deep in my seat as opposed to I sat down in my seat to convey just how uncomfortable she felt and wishes she could disappear. Then we answered the question as to why Zicala Shaw chose to include the detail about the missionaries passing out candy. That was included to show us how very different the points of view were, that the missionaries saw what they were doing as good and helpful, and the children not so much. Then we had the words excited and trembled more from fear in referring to Zicala Shaw's arrival to the school. The excited pale faces looking at them, but her body trembled more from fear than the snow she trod upon. Again, trying to convey to us the vast difference in the feelings that they had. The school staff were excited that the children had arrived, while Zicala Shaw was feeling scared and anxious about the new surroundings. We then had the phrase increasing enthusiasm, as it was referred to with the woman that had picked up Zicala Shaw and was tossing her into the air. And the woman was feeling increasing enthusiasm. That was used to convey to us the happiness that the woman was feeling as she played with Zicala Shaw, increasing. She was enjoying herself, and it was bountiful. And Zicala Shaw felt the complete opposite. Then we had some figurative language. Very little I could swallow besides my sobs, and the ears of the pale faces could not hear. So the first one, she is telling us that she cannot stop crying. There was very little she could swallow besides her sobs. She was crying unconsolably and couldn't eat. And then that the ears of the pale faces could not hear. The school staff couldn't understand what she was saying. It was in a different language and maybe didn't even care enough to find out. And the use of the figurative language here to give us a greater depth of understanding of the strength and meaning of the words that she was using and how she felt. Finally, how does this sentence, my tears were left to dry themselves in streaks because neither my aunt nor my mother was near to wipe them away, how does that capture the central idea of her point of view toward her new life at the school? Zicala Shaw is missing her family and the comfort they provide, and she feels sad, angry, scared, and alone at her new school. We then took a look at the homework assignments. There is an assignment to read chapters 6 and 7 from Two Roads. And then there's also this homework assignment called Analyze Language and Point of View. So if you click on that, this is what it will look like. Iron Routine is another chapter from Zicala Shaw's memoir. And so this has been provided as practice for you in reading, understanding, analyzing Zicala Shaw's writing, her use of figurative language and connotative language, so that you have some more exposure and practice before Wednesday, when you will have a mid-unit assessment covering another chapter of Zicala Shaw's book. This assignment is not required for first and third blocks. However, it is required for second and fourth blocks, and it will be due on Monday.